All right, let's see what Mr. Draymond talking about.
As we work to accumulate wealth, coming from situations that most people never make it out, and then you get fined the way we get fined, it's actually not set up for us to be wealthy after we're done playing. This job is not set up the way we're taxed.
Oh, California?
The way we're taxed, the way we're fined, and you hear about all these programs like this program, this program, that is to cover everybody. This program is to teach this guy this. But if I do something wrong, I lose $100,000. Man, it took my mom 4 years when I was growing up to make $100,000. And I lose that in the night because, what? The referee got mad at me, and he didn't like what I said to him. So I lose $5,000 like that, like on a tech.
All right, man, let's talk about this, man. What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Real Estate Jay, and welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast. Now, first off, before we start talking the money talk and all that, first of all, Draymond Green, Draymond, you deserve some of them fines, all right? You play so wild. It's ridiculous. You out there playing MMA on an NBA basketball court, all right? So some of them fines, you deserve that, brother. I'm sorry. You be out there kicking people in the balls and body slamming people and come on now. Now, if somebody else like Klay Thompson was talking about this, I could understand what he's talking about. But Draymond, you deserve some of them fines, all right? For real.
Sensational.
So let's get to the real nitty gritty here. So I talk about this on my podcast because I think a lot of us look at these athletes as like, oh my God, they make so much money and they live this lavish lifestyle. But a lot of them don't understand money. And there's a stat out there, definitely for football players, 5 to 7 years after they retire, they are broke. And I believe that's the same thing for NBA basketball players. That's why you're finding them trying to get jobs on TV, and they don't want to go back to the normal life of a normal way of living. So what Draymond Green has said, though, is true. Right? I don't...
Audio Jungle.
No. Let me rephrase that. Part of it is true, but part of it is their fault as players and people that are making the money. Because the NBA players and NFL players are independent contractors, okay? And as an independent contractor, it's up to you to do whatever it is you need to do with the money, right? Just like your job. They pay you. They don't care what you do with the money. They care less that you went to Florida and spent $5,000 and now you need more money. The problem here is that, again, even though they make a lot of money, right? And these are a lot of black athletes, they don't understand how money works. They don't understand that you're making millions of dollars. Yes, you got to pay taxes, but you can also invest some of this money into some of these businesses or learn how to invest. But instead, you got guys, and it's been said that Draymond Green, I think one time went and spent $20,000, $30,000 at a strip club before. But see, y'all do stupid stuff like that. And then you want us to feel bad for you when you out there blowing money on girls or club nights that make no sense. Y'all go out and buy Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all type of crazy stuff, and y'all drip from head to toe. But you want us to feel bad for you. No, the problem is if someone can manage $100,000, making $100,000 and make a good living and invest, they're doing a good job. When you're making, and I don't even know, like, let's find this out real quick. How much does Draymond Green make in the NBA? Let's see what Siri says. So he makes $255 million, right? Is that, how much does Draymond Green make in the NBA?
In 2023, Draymond Green agreed to terms on a 4-year, $100 million deal to return to the Warriors. Prior to signing that contract, Draymond's career earnings were $155 million.
Wow.
By the end of this contract, he will have earned $255 million in NBA salary alone.
All right, so I don't want to hear nothing from Draymond Green's mouth, all right? What? I don't. $255 million. Yes, you're in California, so you're going to slash that in half or whatever, but come on. You can't manage that much money. It's and even other players that are making less than him, right? Even if they're making $10 million or more, there's some money to be made there. I don't feel bad. The NBA is not there to set you up for retirement. All right, let's just be real. Your job is not there to set you up for retirement. Your job just says, this is what I have. This is what we'll give you. You got to do what you got to do with it. This is why I encourage other people, many people, to develop your own business on the side of your job.
Sensational.
So that you have your own. And in case your job decides to change, which they will do because change is inevitable, you have your own business or something to depend on. Right? This is why you keep your job, develop your business while you're working. Because now you're pretty much knocking out two birds with one stone. You got your business, you got your benefits, you got everything working for you. You got, perks you get from your job, and you got a paycheck coming in every 2 weeks. They're your business partner, and then you develop your business on the side and you invest. You invest. Invest into your business, invest into stocks, invest into real estate, invest into anything that has some type of value or return. That's the thing. These NBA players aren't investing their money, right? You got Joe Smith, who made millions of dollars, like $100 million or something, who's broke. And his girl is out here acting a fool and out here sleeping and doing videos with people because she was only with him for the money. Because they don't need to tell you what to do to retire. They just give you money because you are entertaining and you have a talent. And if y'all don't see the writing on the wall, meaning athletes, if y'all don't see the writing on the wall of other athletes retiring and they're not doing well, that's your fault, right? If someone like myself, who has made nowhere near the money you've made, is more focused on real estate because I understand the benefit of real estate long term, how can you make millions of dollars and not be investing in some type of assets? That is your fault. That's your fault. You're not linking up with the right people, right? You have to set yourself up for retirement. You have to understand that after 5 years of being in the NBA, NFL, or some type of athlete, that they're going broke. You have to understand that, right? Forget the fines and all the other stuff. That's petty stuff. That's little petty stuff. That comes with the job. Y'all making a lot of money. I don't care about your $50,000 fine when you're making over $255 million. Even if you cut that in half, even if that's 170 something $million, whatever. This is important. Athletes are just pretty much over glorified employees that have a different entertaining job. This is why it's important to even us on a smaller level to understand how money works. It is a tool to be used to buy more assets. I don't care what everybody else saying, the root of money is all evil, blah, 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 blah. I'm not asking you to love money. I'm not asking you to fall in love with it, but you must have some type of money. You must have something. And you got to know how it works. And you can't spend it on the newest Ferrari that comes out. And you can't spend it on the biggest house because you're not going to be playing in the league that long. You know what I would do if I had $255 million? Number one, I wouldn't be living in California. What? That's the first thing. I wouldn't live in California, right? I would just be, I would be having a roommate with somebody that's got a house. I would live somewhere probably in the Midwest like I live now. And I would buy a nice house that's probably, if I'm making $255 million, it'll at least be $1 million home, right? $1 million, $2 million home, something real nice, decent. And then I would have nice car, chill lifestyle, and I would be investing my money into big businesses and trying to develop a team of people that I can be around that is always thinking about investments and how I can put my money into things, but not just giving people money. These folks don't understand how money works. They got all this money, they looking flashy and cool, but they're not looking flashy and cool 5 years after they retire. Some good tea. Just my thoughts on this. What are y'all thoughts about what Draymond Green said? All right. I think that, like I said, your job is not responsible for helping you retire. Right. This is why I've seen people work, even in my company, 30-something years, 40-something years, and they said things like, I'm not ready to retire yet, right? I don't have enough to retire.
Sensation.
And I'm like, what? I mean, you've been working for 38 years. But that means for 38 years in the company, they have been developing a lifestyle and just going and going down the hamster wheel. And all of a sudden they're older and now they're like, I don't know how I'm going to retire. I had a second job one time in my 20s, really cool guy. He used to work for GM. He was working his second job where we were just vendors at Best Buy. And he was like, yeah, man, I got to work this job just so I can have some, weekend money. This is my beer money, and I'm on a fixed income. So this helps out a lot. And I'm like, what is going on? So that's when I started to learn at an early age, I got to really start thinking about the long term and the retirement, because this, you could be in the same boat. And I've seen and I heard this too many times, whether I'm at a cigar bar or just meeting somebody for the first time or having a relationship with somebody. They say these things where they're like, I'm not ready to retire. You are young. Work as much as you can, but also think about the future. And when I hear those things from older people, I listen. A wise person learns from other people's mistakes. So that's what I wanted to drop for y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I just like to make different content. I don't like to just talk about the Diddy's and the Will Smiths and all that stuff. And that stuff is cool. And I give you my crazy perspective on that stuff. But this right here is what's important. The strategies, investing, understanding how this works, understanding how real estate works, understanding how you can put money into assets and over time your net worth grows and how you can strategize off of that, right? It's not always about the quick, easy thing to do. It is long-term wealth. And this is where we have been behind for years, but the information is here. All right, I'm out of here. Like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's gonna be a cold summer.